Hey, welcome back. How you doing? So what we're doing is walking through my SoundCloud. Just as a review, a recap, sorry. I've been traveling quite a lot, and then through the years I'd made pieces of, I wouldn't call them music at all. They're just like experiments with software and instruments and stuff. And I had them all in different formats, tapes and CDs and USBs and computers and stuff, thumb drives and computers and blah, blah. And so when SoundCloud came up, I dumped it all on here so at least I had something I wouldn't lose. But SoundCloud's starting to go very, very advertising, which is, I understand, do banner ads, stop doing these freaking 30-second unskippable ads of stuff that I wouldn't even want to buy. Anyway, this piece of music, there was a gentleman called Eric Sate. I think he was around 1500s or 1600s. And while everyone else is doing happy orchestra music, he was doing something more kind of somber. And I don't think he was popular in the time. Everyone listened to it, oh my God. And so there's this one piece called Gnossiene, Gesnoim. I think he was from France. I'm not sure. And it was just this loop that got me. And I heard it in this, when I was in college, there was this, I was doing a business course, and part of it I had to play being a receptionist. And so we operate all the desk and the phones and all the exchanges and stuff. It's a massive thing. And in the other room, they were playing this, I forgot what his name was. There was this guy that did kind of like weird and wonderful stuff and programs, you know what I mean? Like, and there was this one that, there was this piece that he was doing, and then it was silent for a bit, and so what they did is they played this piece of music. I was like, dude, what the heck is that? It took me years to find out what it was called. And so what happened is I was so obsessed with it that I went ahead and did this piece of music. And it's the core progression is the core progression that was obsessed from his song. I'm sorry about rambling, but here we go.
People always ask,
you
Big Jonas,
bastard! That's the bit that I was talking about. I don't know if the volume increases. Let's go ahead and do this. So this whole piece is just inspired by that first loop at the beginning. And this is done on FL Studio when it's 3 loops. And this I was in Long Island City. I was living with the Resident Sprite girl I was talking about. It's on a 386, Windows 3.1, FL Studio. Was it FL Studio? It must have been because of the tones. Love it. It's beautiful. It's got so much dynamicness, or whatever the word is, so many layers and stuff. know it sounds kind of repeating, but I think it got compressed, so there's a lot of stuff missing. I'm listening through speakers, not simple speakers, not headphones, so maybe I'm missing something. So there you go. Now the next one I was looking at, what was it now? Grass growing. This was fun. 20 seconds of silence. And then what I did is I did a bunch of these CDs, and I did grass growing. I think it was just grass growing, right? And then what I do is I follow this with a really loud track. Now this is a wonderful piece. Again, I wouldn't call it music. I call it kind of like artistic representation, audio artistic representation. A bunch of us were in Santa Barbara. Got together and we decided to sleep on the beach. It's like, well, all right, see you later. Okay, well, you know something? What? We're living off the coast of California, and why don't we just sleep on the beach? It's a beautiful day. Do it. So we just grabbed some simple blankets. And then we went down on the beach, and we didn't even build a bonfire. We just, junk food, beef jerky, that kind of stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And we just talked and stuff. I think somebody brought a guitar as well. And we just whatever, listened to waves. And we all slept. It was the most beautiful night's sleep I've ever had. The crashing of the waves was like the most relaxing, welcoming kind of feeling. The sand moved with you. It was the most comfortable mattress there was in the entire world. Not only that, but we were in this cove, and the tide had come in, so we were kind of locked into this cove, and so we were kind of as far away from that. So we were basically almost next to the cliff, and these things I think called sand fleas. There was almost transparent things, and they go putuk, putuk. They like because they like a springtail to it or something, and they like bounce around and stuff. And so, I had this, when I woke up, I had this kind of like cacophony of sound, as it were. So this is my audio representation of sleeping on a beach in Santa Barbara. Now this was, somebody had given me a small Yamaha keyboard, and all these were sound effects in the, on the keyboard. And if I remember rightly, this was a sound recorder. Yeah, and each separate sample, again, it's the same thing. You record each sample, and then you press record and play two samples, and then you keep doing that. So it's basically stack of samples. A long way of doing this kind of stuff. But again, if you want to, I'm sorry, this is peaking. I'm really sorry. If you want to listen to it, just go to soundcloud.com/Qwunty. Okay, what's this? Oh, Mi Loco Ventana. This is funny. This is what is it now? Mi Loco Ventana. I think that was the name of the band. This is me, all me. And what it was I just had the idea of there's this like band in a coffee shop and they've been playing all night and they're trying to get out, and everyone's like, oh, just do one more track, just do one more track, and so they're getting tired and tired and tired. And so this is just the let's just play something generically Spanish. And so it's not in time, they're just all playing whatever, they're just trying to make noise. And then so this is the...
Thank you.
Well, that's only the audience as well. He said, go home, we don't need you anymore, go home. And the happy accident right at the end.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you so much.
You hear that noise? That was to me it sounds like somebody pulling the lead out of an amplifier while it's still plugged in. But it was actually me accidentally banging the guitar, because it was just like an acoustic guitar with a microphone in it, and so that's the microphone banging against the guitar. I thought that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like, dude, we're done. You know what I mean? So that was my... You see what I'm saying? That I don't do music really. I do kind of like phrases. Oh, did I? Where's that? Where's that thing that I did? Did I even put it on SoundCloud? I don't know. The font thing. Oh, tinkle. I don't think I did. I think this is just Qwunty fuck. Qwunty fuck was something that didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. These are all long ones. Okay, man, I didn't do. I'll pull that out. I think I've got it. I think I've got it on Facebook or something. Okay, gosh darn it! Finish 400 and that one. Two tone. What's this about? Let's have a look here. That was a dedication to a piece of music, Solidarity, and I forgot the name of the band, but it's a kind of reggae band, and it's all about, forget your group names and forget all your gangs and stuff like that. We need solidarity. Solidarity, da 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 da. Solidarity, da 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 da. And that got stuck in my head, and so this is my dedication to that one. So look up Solidarity reggae song, and you'll find it, and it has that do 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 do. So yeah, look it up for yourself. I mean, I'll maybe do another video about that, about my dedications. Where was I? That one, and that was that was on FL Studio. Okay, that's the ones that sound like that don't really have much going on it. More recent ones, I kind of don't have the. I would say I don't have the passion anymore. I just throw things out as opposed to having all that kind of concentration. I was consumers have done, Durandi we've done, Let 'Em Ride Man, War Bombs, Dissonance Note, Ring Ring done, Summertime we've done, Happy we've done, Loud we've done, Snooch. Don't remember this. I renamed them, so I don't remember this. So, let's go ahead and listen to this. This is about 3 minutes long. Advertisement! So, I don't remember this. Okay. Snatch. Snooch. Okay, that's why it was Snatch. There's a movie called Snatch. It was the Guy Ritchie, I think it was. He did Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and then Snatch was his following movie, which is amazing. And there was a scene where there's this guy called Bricktop, who's kind of like the Cockney Mafia boss, and he's a really, really bad work, and they're looking for this diamond. And so what they've done is they've the office that these two guys that they think have the diamond have, they're running around, right? So they know they're going to come back there, so they wrap the whole thing in polythene. And he goes on about the best way to get rid of a body is to feed them to pigs. Okay. Now, what I was messing around with effects. So again, this is that scene got stuck in my head, and I didn't want to do the whole scene, so that's why I kind of phased it out at the end. And then this is, I was experimenting with effects, so I did the basic kind of sound loop, as it were, and then I did like delay to this as well as phase. And this is just me live messing around with the effects. So that's that. So I'll just stop it because it doesn't do anything much more. That's Snooch. Goom. Now, this is going to offend a lot of people, I think. There's nothing wrong with Michigan. It's just I prefer Manhattan. Michigan's a great place, but I prefer Manhattan. So when I used to live in Michigan, it's just, where's the subway system? I felt hampered and frustrated, so I did this piece of music. I've got to crank it anyway. This was on FL Studio. But again, I've got nothing against Michigan. It's just, I felt restricted. I was like, where's the life? How do you get places? You got to drive. I don't want to drive, I want to walk. I want to catch the subway system. And again, this was when I recently moved here. Or to Michigan, sorry. Anyway, just that for a bit. So if you want to listen to it, you can. As Goom, Goom stands for Get Out of Michigan. So again, don't. I've got nothing against Michigan whatsoever. It's just that I just moved over from Manhattan, and it felt like I just felt restricted. Now, what is it? It's not Summer. Where is it now? I did a love song. Oh, Patience. That's another one. You know that Solidarity. Do 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 do. Again, this is an inspiration from that, and it's all about patience, really. But
language. That's why eyes full of patience.
So this is the robot voice. Hang on. Oh wow, it took him down there. This is the robot voice in FL Studio, and so each word, you type in the word, you pick the kind of voice you want, you type the word in, and then what you do is you change the pitch to what you want it to do, what you want it to be. And so that wasn't just somebody talking that. Each single word was its own entity.
Nation.
And the whole thing is, if you ask anyone that is from a different country, it's you're kind of frustrated. Oh, wow, you're not from here, are you? And you hear that a million times a day. And the thing is, that's what we're saying, is that not coming from this nation, and it's not just somebody moving to America. It's like people moving to Germany, people moving to France, to Spain. You have to have a sense of patience, because you get the same questions. Oh, do you know John from London? How long you been over here? What brought you over here then? And all this kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. Do you like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? And all that kind of stuff. And you hear the same questions over and over and over and over again. And it's it can grind after a while. But the thing is, if somebody asks you a question, oh, where are you from then? It's their first time asking that question. And so that's the patience you've got to have. It's like, okay, I've heard this a million times already, but they've never asked these questions before. So just let it ride. So that's what this is dedicated to. And I've heard it from not thousands of people, but a lot of people from all different countries, expats that moved to that country from a different country. And it's like, God, I mean, if somebody asks me where I'm from again, I'm going to explode. And you don't realise until you actually do that. It's like, if you're from a country and you live there all your life, and you go to a different country, just like for a few weeks, and you all these people come, oh, so you're from South Africa, what's the name of that? That kind of stuff. But that's that. Again, if you want to listen to it, I don't want to bore you and stuff. What's Boom? What was that about?
Memorial Day deals
it was another commercial.
A BetterHelp ad.
Oh, shut
May
up.
is mental play.
So they're forcing me. Oh yes, I remember this. I'm gonna be quiet. So there, that was the clip. Of course, was oh, what's the name of the Beatles track? It's on Revolver, I think. Turn off your mind, relax, and flow downstream. It is not dying. It's from the Book of the Dead. I forgot the name of the track, and I hate myself for doing that. But I took that loop, and then a bunch of different loops. There was a something from some Alanis Morissette song. There was My Residine Sprite, some of her clips and other stuff. And the whole thing was sex. It was basically, that's where you hear the panting, and the explosion at the end is the climax. So that was my thing about sex. So again, it's not music, it's just some artistic representation. Anyway, that's been 30 minutes, so I will catch you on the flip flop. Thank you so much. I hope you're having fun.